Princess Leonor stuns Copenhagen. Queen Margrethe greets her crown. A grand palace. A queen awaiting her guests. A city alive with whispers. But then, something no one expected. Princess Leonor, and the way Queen Margrethe greeted her, left everyone stunned. But why? And what truly happened behind those palace walls? This is not just another royal meeting. It's a story of grace colliding with power. Youth standing before legacy. And the emotions that filled Copenhagen that evening will not be forgotten. Picture it. The Danish court, steeped in centuries of tradition, hosting royals from across Europe. Queen Margrethe II, a monarch who has reigned for more than 50 years, known for her sharp wit, her unwavering presence, and her ability to read people instantly. She stands tall, regal, prepared for formalities. And yet, when Princess Leonor of Spain approaches, something shifts. The crowd leans in, cameras flash, whispers rise. Leonor, radiant at just 19, steps forward with her signature poise. Every movement rehearsed, yet every glance genuine. The young heir carries the aura of her royal blood, but also the vulnerability of a future not yet written. And then, it happens. Queen Margrethe greets her, not coldly, not formally, but warmly, deeply, almost like a grandmother welcoming a beloved granddaughter. A soft smile, a subtle bend forward, hands reaching in an embrace that royal protocol does not require. The room feels it. The world notices it. But why did the queen react that way? To understand this moment, we must step back. Leonor is not just any princess. She represents a new generation of European royalty. A generation standing at the edge of uncertainty, where monarchy itself faces questions. Queen Margrethe has lived those battles. She has endured scandals, criticism, and wars of opinion. Yet here she was, looking into Leonor's eyes, perhaps seeing herself decades ago. A young woman preparing to shoulder a crown. But was it only admiration? Or something more? Some say Margrethe's gesture carried an unspoken message. That she acknowledges Leonor not only as a guest, but as the true future of monarchy. That Spain's crown may shine brighter through Leonor than any other. Others whisper, was there an undercurrent of rivalry? After all, Queen Margrethe has heirs of her own, and Denmark guards its traditions fiercely. Could this embrace have been both genuine and strategic? The answer lies in the expressions caught on camera. Look closely. Margrethe's eyes soften in a way they rarely do in public. Leonor bows gracefully, but then looks up, holding her gaze a heartbeat longer than protocol demands. That lingering moment, filled with respect, filled with recognition, was not staged. It was human. And yet, this raises another question. How did the rest of the royal family react? Reports from inside the reception hall suggest Crown Prince Frederik watched with curiosity. His wife, Princess Mary, admired Leonor's composure, perhaps reflecting on her own journey as a young royal bride adapting to the weight of duty. Did they see in Leonor the same spark Margrethe did? Or did they see the beginning of a quiet competition between Europe's young heirs? Beyond the hall, Spain itself buzzed with pride. Spanish citizens saw their princess not just as a future queen, but as a young woman finally stepping into her destiny. Her time at the military academy, her speeches about unity, her courage at international stages, all built toward this moment. Leonor did not falter. She shined. But behind her polished grace, imagine the pressure. Walking into a palace far from home. Facing a queen with a legendary reputation. Knowing that every smile, every gesture, every breath could be replayed endlessly by the media. And yet, she triumphed. This is where the story deepens. Because Queen Margrethe's reign is slowly approaching twilight. Her health, her public appearances, her decision to step back from some duties, these are signals of transition. And perhaps, in greeting Leonor so tenderly, Margrethe was passing a silent torch. A recognition that the next era belongs to Leonor's generation. But let us not forget, royal families are not immune to tension. If Margrethe sees Leonor as a beacon of hope, what does that mean for her own grandsons, Prince Christian in particular? Christian, also destined to inherit a throne, has often been compared to Leonor in the media. Two young heirs, two different paths. Could this meeting in Copenhagen ignite a quiet rivalry, or foster a future bond that unites their kingdoms in friendship? The answer is not simple. Royalty thrives on appearances, but behind those appearances are hearts, ambitions, fears. What we saw in Copenhagen was not just a ceremonial greeting. It was history speaking through human gestures. The guests applauded. The press scrambled for headlines. And as the night carried on, Leonor continued to charm. Conversations flowed. Diplomats leaned closer. Even the stiffest dignitaries softened under her presence. Was it her smile, her elegance, or was it the undeniable truth that the crown she will one day wear already rests, invisibly, upon her shoulders? And so the curiosity grows. What did Leonor and Margrethe speak about after the cameras stopped rolling? Did they share words of wisdom, queen to future queen? Did Margrethe whisper advice about sacrifice, about loneliness, about the burdens of duty? Or did she simply say what only a grandmotherly heart could say, "You will be ready"? We may never know the exact words. But we do know the weight of the moment. Because when Leonor left Copenhagen, she carried more than the admiration of a queen. She carried the acknowledgement of history itself. This story is not finished. It is only beginning. Every gesture from here on, every smile, every handshake, every choice, will be measured against the legacy of monarchs past. Leonor has stepped into that arena with grace. And Queen Margrethe, knowingly or unknowingly, has blessed her path. So the question remains, when Leonor finally ascends the Spanish throne, will the memory of this night in Copenhagen shape her reign? Will she carry Margrethe's warmth into her rule, blending tradition with humanity? Or will this moment become just one piece of a far greater destiny that none of us can yet imagine? For now, the world waits. The cameras are ready. The palace gates will open again. And Princess Leonor, stunning, poised, unstoppable, has already proven that the crown is not given. It is earned. And in Copenhagen, Queen Margrethe made that truth clear to all.